Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. Yes, it is Joshua's Morrow marks 30 years as Nick Newman. Now, I know people don't like Nick Newman because of X, Y, and Z. I don't like Nick Newman. Wah, 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 wah. Let's put that aside. Okay? 30 years is quite an accomplishment. 30 years, that's quite an accomplishment. And I got to sit there and hand it to him. Okay, regardless how you feel about the character, the actor comes in, he does his job. That's pretty amazing. We're going to be talking about all the soaps, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless. As you are coming in, make sure you hit the like button. Happy Friday, everyone. Let's sit there and do quick roll call and get this stream started. Music up. Freddie's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Christine is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Patty's in the chat. How you doing tonight? B Cobb is in the chat. How you doing tonight? The real Cherie R is in the chat. How you doing tonight, darling? Hope all is well. Ed is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Amy is in the chat. How you doing tonight? The Havlin's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Blackmon is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Mr. Bear, I'm assuming you're Mr. Bear, right? Mr. Bear is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Laura B is in the chat. How you doing tonight? It's taking so long. Ronnie Ron is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Hope all is well with everyone. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. I figured that. Bobby. But I just want to make sure though. At the bank. I'm doing good, Black Mine. I had another really good nap, so I'm ready for tonight. What happens when you have a good nap? Freddie. And Freddie says, I will not be able to read every comment on tonight's live stream. And hit the like button. Thank you, Freddie. I appreciate you. That's right. I'm one person. There is 15 people. So just bear me, have some patience, and I will sit there and try to get to your comments as much as possible. Ron, yes, I did, Ron. Um, yes, I did feel bad for her, Ron. Nobody deserves to be used like that. Okay, nobody deserves to be used like that. I don't care if she's a side character or not. Oh, and there we go. As said, congratulations to Joshua Morrow, 30 years is an accomplishment. He is the only one of Victor and Nikki's kids who hasn't been recasted. Yes. You got the Tom Arnold or Heather Tom playing Victoria before Amelia. Patty says great to be able to have a conversation with people who don't roll their eyes when I talk about my soaps. Yeah, exactly. We're here. We have a good we have a good group of people. Friendly. I love Nick Newman. I never got over the real Victoria being recast. Yeah, see, I'm used to Amelia, and I'm used to Heather playing what you call it. So, but I get it though. By the way, I hope all is well with you. And Lashanta's in the chat. How you doing tonight? And Lashanta said, "Everyone, I'll be back." Okay. Be calm, and I said hi to you. Now, if I'm actually gonna sit there and drink it, I have one drink. I have the whole damn drink. Friendly chat says hi to the chat, and I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good Friday. Oh, that's so good. That is that is good. You know, And you know what threw me off? You know what threw me off? When the paramedic was like, being drunk doesn't constitute as an emergency. Yeah, one of the paramedics said that being drunk doesn't constitute as an emergency. I guess you never heard of this thing called alcohol poisoning. No, Patty, unfortunately, she's just suffering from this syndrome called being a Karen. Sam on General Hospital is also suffering that same syndrome of being a Karen. Yeah, everyone keeps saying that. Anonymous says, I feel so bad for Violet that she had to find her father passed out drunk, the poor little girl that thought he was dead. And Albert, I didn't like the MT. Yes, thank you. Well, I'm glad we got to that part. Yes. Um, how do you sit there and say something like that? How do you sit there and say being drunk doesn't constitute as an emergency? Like they never heard of this thing called alcohol poisoning. Yeah, I don't. That's exactly pretty. I don't understand what Anna's plan is. She goes to the house. She can't find something. She wines and dines Valentine, and then she goes home, and then she tries next day. And I get that. Jason's plan may be a little bit too fast, but like, what are we doing? Yeah, Lobby, it's just like, what? How do you just come out your mouth and say something like that? Bobby says, was Tom the married Dr. Poppy had an affair with? Hmm. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I know he lost a lot of stuff, but I'm like, damn, he just really went destitute? Patty says by law, the emergency medical personnel were required to make sure Finn was conscious and lucid before leaving. Not that protocol. Yeah, exactly. Instead of just instead of just propping him up on the chair like that. Because even what you call it, and what's good, Darby? How you doing tonight? Even Tracy was like, y'all just left him like that. As said, John needs to do his job, then trying to take Anna down. Yeah, he's all super sure. It's almost, it's like Jason said, it's almost like he doesn't care. Valerie, they might as well have left Ben on the floor. Exactly. What's the difference at that point, right? And Valerie, it's good to see you. Yeah, it's actually funny. I was thinking about you today. I was like, I haven't seen you in the chat in a couple of days. I haven't seen you in the chat again. Jonathan was good. See, and that was my and that yes, and that was another thing. Sam trying to guilt. Sam trying to sit there and guilt. Like Sam made it seem like Carly asked Jason to do that. She didn't ask him to do this. So Sam, you need to calm down a little bit. Eagle Fang says Ben is his own destruction at this point. Tracy took pictures. Why not video record? He passed out as well. Hmm. Well, that's for blackmail. Valley, yeah, Sam is getting on my nerves. She's just now getting on your nerves? She's been getting on my nerves. The minute that Jason got back, that's when Sam got on my nerves. Ron says, Albert, do you agree, Sheila, that Tom needs to mind his damn business and don't bad talk her to Deacon? Yeah, it is a little out of pocket. It is a little out of pocket. Eagle fan says Sam needs to go like years go away. Charlene says, Albert, did I see Thomas? Yes. Yes, Thomas and Paris are married. And Hope better not say anything. Hope better sit there and shut her mouth and just sit there and say congratulations. Those are the only words I want to come out of Hope's mouth. Darby says, "I can't wait until Alex get what is coming to him. The way he treats Justin was like atrocious. Even Victor never treated Justin that badly." Yeah, Darby, it feels like they are literally going out their way to make Alex as much as an annoying dick as possible. Okay, because it's just, I don't get it. It's like it's seriously, it's like they're going out the way to make. The problem is Eagle Fang. She doesn't want to take responsibility for her part in wrecking her family. Okay, Eagle Fang, she wrecked her family. She knew exactly how Thomas felt, and she chose. Eagle Fang says, "It sounds like from your day's review you were angry with today's episode. Should I bother?" Um, it wasn't a bad episode. It wasn't a bad episode. If I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, Eagle Fang, you could just watch my review and kind of get the gist of it. I think Eagle Fang for me. What's annoying me is Teresa's attitude. I think that's Teresa's attitude and Alex's attitude is what annoyed me today. But it wasn't a terrible episode. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like, oh my god, I gotta sit there and watch this episode. It was so good. Now you could just watch my review for that. Johnson says, I think Sam is trying to hide the fact that she's jealous that Jason protected Carly and not her. Punishing her. Bobby says, I thought Hope was dreaming when she saw Doug because of the slow motion, right? Yeah, I didn't really understand that, Freddie. I just propped him up on the couch. And exactly, like Tracy even said, it was like, are you kidding me at this point? But like I said, it was more, Freddie, it was more of what the paramedics said. That was the problem. Krista, I am all over some of the posts on Official J's Facebook page. A woman is saying Tracy kidnapped Violet and the incident was staged. Then to steal Violet, saying something. Sometimes children have to do the heavy lifting. What? Oh my goodness, that's insane. Wow, people have lost their mind on some of these pages. Rosa, pill poppy, pill popping poppy knows Tom just like I thought. No good. What does Tom know? That's a good question. But the problem is Rosa. Um, I think that Tom should be more worried about Sheila because he's been bad mouthing Sheila at the Deacon for 2 days. Valerie says not allowed to say the patient's drunk. Yeah, I agree with that too, Jonathan. Should have been taken to the hospital. Kevin, what's good? I wouldn't sit there and say that, Ron. I just sit there and just say give her a space for a little bit. Autumn says, Albert, how did Anna get caught already? Valentin was like, you find what you're looking for. I was like, dang. Um, I don't really understand her piss poor plan. I really don't. Um, I don't understand how she thought she was going to be able to find whatever she was going to find just because he left for a little bit. I don't get that. Her plan makes no sense. But that's crazy though, Krista. See, this is my problem. You got mental health. You have people who is not really don't really have good mental health, going on these platforms saying God knows what is absolutely disgusting, to be honest. Children need to do the heavy lifting. Oh, that chick was out of her mind. Johnson says we know Hope is going to keep Thomas from marrying Paris because she still wants him. Yep, Hope. Yep, Jonathan. That sounds like that selfish POS of a person would do something like that. Here's the thing, Valerie. She gonna do what it takes. Valerie, she gonna do what it takes. Come on now. Let's not act like she's not gonna have no fun out of it. Darby says, Albert, you shouldn't blame the paramedics too harshly. They see this scene way too often that sometimes they get jaded and disgusted by their job. No, Darby, I'm actually gonna sit there and be that harsh. I'm actually gonna Justin that harsh. Darby, you know how I roll. You know how I roll. I don't do kick gloves. Come on, Darby, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. What's good, Deluxe? It has been a minute, Jonathan. It has. And the minute she comes back, she's now married. She's now engaged. I'm like, okay. Ooh, okay, Bobby. I'm just saying, Darby, you know me, I don't sit there and pull punches. That requires somebody nice, and I'm not nice. Ron says I saw the promo for Days. It looked like Teresa and Nicole are arguing. Yeah, exactly, Ron. She's still acting like a damn Karen. Teresa is still acting like a stupid Karen, and it's just getting on my goddamn nerves. And like Jonathan says, she's becoming unwatchable. The minute that she came in there and said, aha, I'm like, okay, you found two teenagers making out. Congratulations, Sherlock Holmes. Like, really, boo? Christine says, first Ben defends Holt, now Brooke against Steffi. Yeah, but to be fair, Christine, when Reese to the Karen, yep, Jonathan. To be fair, it wasn't that big of a deal, and I think that Steffi was definitely overreacting. Don't you dare sit there and defend Brooke against, don't you sit there and defend Brooke. Or what? What are you gonna do? You're gonna divorce me? You're gonna make me the happiest man on the planet by divorcing me and not having to sit there and deal with your controlling ass? Oh my god, my heart's gonna shatter. Krista says GH Ben is so guilt ridden over what happened between Jackie and Han and Dad. Yes, Krista, guilt and grief is like a black hole. Grief is like a black hole. Okay? And when you drink, you do whatever you do, it is temporary. It is temporary. Okay? And it will literally sit there and eat you alive if if you let it. That's why when I see people sit there being so harsh at Fenn and being like, Fenn's a drunk and Ben's a drunk and Fenn is being irresponsible and Fenn's not, Fenn is being a bonehead. It's like, okay, his dad died and he has to sit there and see that. You act like that wouldn't sit there and mess any person up. That's why sometimes when I read certain comments, I just kind of roll my eyes like, okay, how do you sit there and deal with grief? Uh, is Delilah is not controlling you. Delilah is not controlling you. Tesla is controlling you, not Elon Musk. Okay. What does Elon Musk have anything to do with what we're talking about? At the bank says, I think they're setting this up for Alex to feel Justin's anger and pain when the shoe comes out. I hope so. Yeah, Ron, they did. What's good, Unlimited? Yes, that's right. Smash that goddamn like button. Why is this taking so long? I was I had to sit there and really stop my music for that. And Unlimited says, shout out to Joshua Morrow. He's one of my favorite 30 years more of YNR and Nick Newman. Yeah, he puts in his work, you know. Regardless of the actor, I mean, regardless of the character, and you can like him or dislike him, you got to give the actor props for doing what he's doing. I know, Jonathan, I saw the promo, and Leo confronts his POS of a mom. How is this? Go back to the other one. Deluxe says Jason was looking through that window like I can't see this. Exactly, Deluxe. Deluxe is like, yo. So Anna, is that what you call getting evidence? Is that what the evidence is at? In Valentine's mouth? Like, come on, bro. Is this your way of being undercover? Patty says, I feel like Tom best tread lightly where Sheila is concerned. I don't understand. Here's the thing. Even the first time, Patty, even the first time when Tom had concerns and brought it up to Deacon, and Deacon was like, hey, listen, she has a past. She's changed. She's different. I'm just saying, Patty. I was just like, what is your definition? You keep telling Jason to chill out. Let me get the evidence. Is this your great plan? But no, just go back to the other thing though. You already badmouthed Sheila the first time. And in a very subtle way, Deacon pretty much told you to drop it. And you're still going. So now this is day two. And you're like, I really do like you. And, I appreciate you giving me a chance. Well, if you appreciate that, then stop badmouthing his wife. Then. What is hard about that? You're here to do your job, right? So shut up and do your goddamn job. What is really so difficult about that? Ron said to Sophia snitch on. No, she didn't. No, Ron. Tate and Holly are just bad liars. Johnson says Leo's mom was played by Gina Francis, aka Laura. Really? She was a Laura before Jeannie Grant before Jeannie Francis. Gorgeous Queen Jess is in the chat. What's good, love? And Francis in the chat. How you doing tonight? LaShawn is in the chat. How you doing tonight? And Kevin is in the chat. How you doing tonight? And yes, Carly will make it. Carly will make it worse. But honestly, tell you, truth, I was like, Sam, calm your ass down. You making it seem like Jason. You making it seem like Carly told Jason to. What's good, LaShawn? Here's my whole thing. Let's just go with the Sam thing for a half minute. Sam, where was that same attitude when Drew decided he was going to give 5 years to um, save Carly from jail? When Drew decided to put Carly and her kids above your daughter, why do you not give her that same energy then? Why do you not give Carly that same energy then? You were somewhat annoyed with her for a little bit, and then you sat there and said, whatever. But you're giving all that smoke to Jason when he volunteered was going to get 5 years. But okay, boo, sure. Sean says she Trina should have had a great storyline showing the different stages because of her character. It's funny, Sean. I said the same thing, and people mock me for that. People were sitting there saying she has a head. She has a headache. She has a headache, just because she's not giving that same energy to Jason that she gave to Drew. or giving that she didn't give Drew that same energy that she's giving to Jason. Just I was thinking, and I said this before. It's like she's really looking hard for that evidence. She couldn't find it in the bookcases. She couldn't find it in Valentine's desk. So clearly, the only way that she could sit there and find it is in Valentine's mouth. What's good, Susan? Freddie says Anna is a terrible commissioner because when Dex said he didn't want to press charges against Sonny, yes, yeah, I mocked her for that as well. Yeah, I feel the same way. I thought it was stupid. You was all gun ho to sit there and try to take out Sonny. The minute that you get something, you want to sit there and downplay it, and then say it's not the right time to sit there and get Sonny. Just she did have a plan, Jess. It was a very piss poor plan. You didn't see her sit there looking through the bookshelves and and his desk and stuff like that. Just that was the plan. She had a plan. It wasn't a good plan. What's good, Susan? Francis says, I can't wait for Alex to find out he's not Victor's son, but Justin is his father. Yeah, exactly. He treated him like, yeah, he treated him like a dick. Francis, I think they are going out their way to make Alex as unlikable as possible because the truth of the matter is they want him to fall hard. Queen of the South, how are you doing tonight? Freddie said that's true, Albert. You would think Sam would come after Drew for putting Carly as well, but she focused her anger on Jason. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And you know why, Jonathan? Because she wanted to punish Jason. Like Carly said. She was in love with Jason because she was young, but she grew up. No, idiot, you didn't grow up. If you think that's the definition of growing up, then God help you. Just as anybody could have broken into his house and done that. Oh, just the writing is amazing, isn't it? Of course, Queen. I gotta sit there and check on how my Queen is doing. As said, Drew still isn't being there for his daughter, running for Congress, changing his last name. So Sam better have that same fire for Drew. Yeah, you're right about that. Darby. Darby says, when is the right time to arrest Sonny Albert? The day after Diane is dead and buried. But hopefully not that time, Darby, because actually, tell you the truth, that would be a perfect time. Cherie R, the real Cherie, says, for a minute I thought Valentine was drugging her with that wine. Yes. Thank you, Jess. Also, L on the paramedics. Yes. This doesn't constitute as an emergency. What? Cherie says, for a minute I thought Valentine was drugging her with the wine. If Anna didn't place a listening or some sort of device while looking, I'm taking her spy card. Yes. 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 Yes, Cherie. She's supposed to be a super spy, remember? But don't worry, Cherie. I got a perfect excuse for her. She thought that the evidence was in Valentine's mouth. Yeah. This doesn't constitute as an emergency. A grown ass man on the floor after maybe alcohol poisoning doesn't count as an emergency. Okay. DC was good. DC Soap Sanctuary. Let's everyone say what's up to DC. You know what I've been wondering? Where has the Alex Davis of the chat been? Alexis Davis is a chat. Well, she was here a couple weeks ago. She did a live with me. And she was in her rare form and her amazing form, just spitting facts. She was here a couple weeks ago, DC. Ooh, okay. I should probably eat something now. But she's good though, you know. Well, she's hanging in there, but she's always missed. Mm-hmm. Goddamn right, Ed. And to be fair, it's that chick that needs to be reported. Not both of them, just that chick that needs to be reported. Yeah, that one chick that said, you know, being drunk isn't an emergency. Say something like that. Island was good. You know, when you say good night, it makes it seem like you're leaving. But I know what you're saying now. Francis says, "Do you really think Thomas and Paris are really engaged?" Yes, I do because they're lazy to get Paris' storyline, so this worked perfectly for them. But Francis, the big question is, how much is Hope going to sit there and be a Karen? Patty says, and Kate, big bad FBI guy, do you not know what Jason was saying to Anna? He's an FBI. He has never heard of a. Yeah, that's actually very true. Oh, and thank you, Lobby. And how are you feeling tonight, Island? I know you've been going through it. I know you've been going through, my friend. Deluxe said the paramedics walked slowly to the apartment. I'm surprised they didn't stop at Dunkin' Donuts before they got there. Kevin says Hope doesn't make sense of thought. Wanted Ben and now wants Thomas. Um, well, she's all over the place. Now it's funny too because Cherie says something that Darby says. Cherie says EMTs can have that jaded vibe that was realistic. Imagine poor Charles is in New York, a drunk man passed out in his house. Yes, that's exactly what Darby said. And then Darby said, because apparently Darby must not know who I am. Darby was sitting there saying, Albert, you shouldn't be so harsh on the paramedics. And I almost laughed. No, because Darby actually thought I was a nice person for a hot minute. Yep, exactly. Was not responsible for complaint. Exactly. Johnson says Jagger is going after Anna based on his bad instinct and he continued to blackmail Jason. Hashtag that damn Jagger. It's funny, Jonathan. I can't call him Jagger. I mean, let's be honest, Jonathan. Why are we sitting there doing the honor and the pleasure of calling him Jagger? And GH did not even bother to sit there and recast somebody to look like the old Jagger. So I'm calling him John. Sorry. Sure, say they wrapped his hand. Oh, they wrapped his hand. Well, and that's something. They did. Cherie said they did your job because they wrapped his hand. Freddie says, I was happy the way Tracy handled the situation with Violet after Violet thought her father was dead. I'm glad she took Violet out there and thought her and brought her to her uncle Chase in Brooklyn. Yeah, I like that she's using that blackmail tactic to get his ass sober. That's what I like. Siri says, I like when Sonny calls him Jagger. I think it's to annoy him. Yes, that's the thing, Sheree. When he does say, he says it in his way of being funny, but also being kind of cringe and over the top. Francis says, I like Tracy on Jace now. Her character has totally mellowed out and has been nice. Francis, let me ask you a question. And let me ask the chat a question. Has Tracy been too nice? Has Tracy been too mellow? Remember, I started watching during the hospital back in 2000, and she was kind of a firecracker. She had her moments, but she was kind of a firecracker. He quit his job. Yeah, LaShawn, his life is going down the tubes. Jay Blue says, as a person who works in childcare, you always make sure that you and the parents connected, see each other when handing off the child. But the paramedics didn't do that. Ron, I said that, Ron. I, Ron, that's literally what I said. I literally said that I felt bad for Tate. I felt bad for Sophia because nobody should have to feel like a consolation prize. And it's funny, Ron, because I said that yesterday when you asked me that. I wasn't even drinking yesterday. So what the hell, Ron? Bobby says, I'm sorry. Mr. Bear says, how Carter, Paris, Holt, Steffi, and Brooke going to get along at Forrester and Thomas. And Thomas, um, Hope better keep her mouth shut and just say congratulations. And as for the rest of them, that's a good question. Francis said Tracy was Spitfire, is still there. She will return if she needs to. Jess says, I don't think Tracy is too nice. She's less annoying though. That's true, Sean. And they didn't get somebody, and they didn't get the other guy to look like him. Johnson says so far we still don't know if Tucker will appear next week on YNR. You know, Jonathan, this is something I got to sit there and say. I thought I was done with Chanel and Johnny. Then I see them on my goddamn TV screen because Chanel is going through the whole baby thing, and if the baby's going to be okay, and I'm just like, God damn it! I thought I was rid of them. Susan said I was watching when Tracy first came on and would help her dad's meds while he was having a heart attack. God damn, she's been tough as steel during the years, but I think Luke's death has mellowed a lot. Hmm. That's true, Sheree. She is giving that tough love, and I'm here for it. Jesus fucking Christ. Island says, I don't want Thomas and Hope together. Hope was just using, yes, Island. She was using him like a sex toy. Let's just call it what it is. She was using him like a sex toy. Oh Lord, I hope not, Jonathan. But just because I don't want them to means that they probably will do it. Francis says a spoiler. I saw a spoiler. Chanel has a miscarriage. Be careful with those spoilers because they love. Here's the thing: they love to sit there and clickbait. For instance, there's a channel, and I really shouldn't be shouting out the channel, but there's a channel called Trend Street. Trend Street is known for clickbait. What else is DC at? Trend Street is known for clickbait. So be very careful when you get. Laura B, just keep in mind it's Ron. No no offense, Ron, or I don't give a damn. Laura B, don't take what Ron says to heart. Okay? Ron was sit there and ask me the same question 4 times in 2 hours. That's not take his stuff, you know. Francis says, yes, I usually wear soap. Yes, Francis, soap dirt is actually pretty good. And yes, Johnson says, don't trust um, Trent Street, trust Phoenix Tremaine. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. You know. Johnson's my guy for a reason. He knows. Ivan says, I like Hope in the beginning, but after he processed the first time, she should have ended it. She strung him along. Yeah, she strung him along like a sex toy. Let's just sit there and say what it is. Gorgeous Queen Janet, happy Friday, love. Now, Sheree says, I don't like spoilers. I avoid them because I like to be surprised, but Phoenix checks through spoilers and tries to siphon out the BS if you get. Yes. See, she knows. Sheree knows. That's why I call. That's one of the many reasons why I call her the real Sheree R. Jenna says, throw it on Poppy and Thomas. Poppy seemed like she shook. Poppy seemed like she sort of like she saw a ghost. And Thomas, as far as I'm concerned, you know what, Janet? You know why I like those two? Because it pisses off Hope. Because Hope's upset about it. Okay, and if it makes Hope jealous, then I'm okay with it. Because in reality, she shouldn't be jealous. So I'm actually happy about it. I mean, Jenna, I do think that it's very lazy that they haven't shown Hope, that they haven't shown Paris in like weeks or months, and then decide to give her an engagement story. Yes, I know it probably has something to do with Paris's issues that's going on in real life. I'll just say, but yes, Ron, Venus Tremaine is pretty good. I mean, you're constantly spent there telling me about Venus Tremaine, so. Bobby says I might be on the minority opinion that Hope didn't string Thomas along, but I don't think they should be together since she is still not at the space to commit right now. Bobby, I respect your opinion. You know, Sean, like I said, they've been giving Finn some really good material. My goodness. That says I've been watching Jason 2009 and Sam needs a reset and to go away for a year or two. So yeah, thank you, Ed. Ed knows the truth. I've been watching it longer than him, or and he knows the truth. I've been saying that for a hot minute. But you know, Kelly Monaco needs a check, and I can't sit there and knock that. But god damn, the material they give this chick is just pretty much, Janet. Pretty much. Of course, his acting could be, you know, something to be desired of. All right, this is the part of the stream where I gotta sit there and check the likes and hear my own voice. I don't know how y'all put up with my voice. God damn, bless your hearts. Okay, 38 people in the chat, 30 likes. Okay, 31 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button because it really does actually help. Yes, Patty, Liberty Bibbity. You smart cookie. Ron says, I'd rather Thomas with Paris, not this effing hope obsession nonsense. Ooh, Ron, you speak the truth. Francis says you have a nice one. Oh, thank you, Francis. I really do appreciate that. You know how it is, Francis. When you hear your own voice, you're just like, I can kind of do without it. But I appreciate it, though. Thank you, Francis. It actually makes me feel better about myself. You know, Janet, I'm wondering that as well. Poppy looked like she saw a ghost. Whatever the look on Poppy's eyes looked like I don't want him to F up my plan. Whatever this plan is, whatever past that she's running from, just says why he's lying. Why is who lying? Why is who lying, Jess? She says Kevin Monaco sure has gone through it in life between her house fire. Yes. Yeah, no, Shree. No, I mean, as far as the actress is concerned, CJ Clove says Poppy is a gold digger. Goddamn. Big Nate, what's good? Shree says, Janet says maybe Poppy was a drug dealer. I think, it's funny, Janet. Somebody said that that might have been the disgraced doctor that got, that Poppy had an affair with. Just says, you missed a joke. Just, I'm pretty sure whatever that joke was involved you joking on me. And so I did miss it. I mean, just nobody could sit there and joke on me like you can. And I appreciate that. Which is really odd because I really shouldn't. Yeah, I shouldn't. So clearly I have problems. Cherry ice cream. What's good, cherry ice cream? Queen of the South says Thomas is also engaged to Zoe, two sisters. I hope he's not using her too. Hmm. And Dave, what's good, Dave? I recognize you from JLJ Media. What's good, Dave? Hope you having a good Friday. Shree says, I wonder if Poppy was nervous because she tried a con with that guy. She's the reason he's homeless. Hmm. Jess says, you're welcome. Jess, you always manage to put a smile on my face, even if you're joking at my expense. I appreciate you. Jay Blue says, Sham needs to hush. Jay Blue, you're being nice. Sam needs to shut her effing mouth and stop acting like a goddamn Karen. On some level. But on the other level, yes, I do understand her anger towards Jason. As much as I like Jason, that's some foul shit to do. You left your family for 2 years to protect a grown ass woman with her legal problems. Jay Blue said Jagger needs to find a new job, huffing and puffing every time. Why is there no loan for John? I'm not calling him Jagger. Dave says maybe Tom will ask Sheila to help. I don't know. Got on Sheila's bad side. Terry Ice Cream says, hot, hot enough for you? Yeah. It's pretty goddamn hot. But here's the thing, Terry Ice Cream. When it's cold in New York, it's cold. So I will sit there and take this heat as awful as it is because I know when it's you don't understand, Terry Ice Cream. New York winters are brutal. Where else my goddamn music at? I swear you're gonna sit there and see me throw this phone against the goddamn wall one day. Ron says Tom should have tried to hit on Sheila, but well, Ryan, I will sit there and say that that's not a pocket comment, even though that Sheila was actually looking pretty hot today. Sheree says, take it on. Come on, Sheree, this is not the stream for that. Now, during my other job, that would have been more than acceptable. I'm sorry, during my other former job. Freddie says Albert, Jake, and Danny should always have been. Well, of course, Freddie. Yes, and I agree with that. I agree with that. That's where that's where I understand. Now Sean says I didn't know Kelly Monica and Billy were dating in real life. Yes, Steve came back and Billy's character became Drew. If it's true, I wouldn't want to work with Steve. Yeah, she was pissed off, and I understood that. And for some odd reason, we are saying this in all caps. So let's read it. How do you know that, Jonathan? How do you know that Melinda and EJ is going to bump heads? Um, Alice says Carly didn't have a choice but to take over for Sonny at the time. That's true. But I mean, you made your mess. You got to sit there and clean it up. That's the thing. You made your mess. You got to sit there and be a big girl, put on your big girl pants, and clean it up. But to be fair, Carly didn't know that Jason was sitting there handling that. That's why I looked at Sam like, Sam, you need to calm down and stop trying to. Oh, okay, Jonathan. Okay. You need to stop sitting there. You need to stop sitting there trying to guilt Carly like Carly knew. 'Cause I sat there, I was like, why did you even go over Sam? Why did you even go over Carly's job at the first place? Exactly, she didn't know. But my whole thing is, Sam, you act like Carly told Jason to save her. Patty says, who's Albert, Jake, and Danny, but who's maybe if I drink this, let me understand this. Patty says Albert, Jake, and Danny, but who Albert? What do you mean? I don't understand that sentence, Patty. Well, Jonathan, you're a smart man, so I trust you won't just sit there and just rely on any spoilers. They says, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, Island says Carly should have served time, though she always skates. Sam should understand Carly's point of view. Sam is being unreasonable. The dislike for Jason and Steve is real. And that's very true, Island. Okay, it's very true. Kelly Monaco and Billy Miller were dating. Steve came back, and Billy Miller's character got pushed to another character. Right? So she was upset about that. And I'm pretty sure she was probably upset, and she was pretty upset with I don't know. I don't know what else she was upset with Steve, but I know that was one of the sticking points. So, with that being said, by the way, um, exactly, Arlen, and so with that being said, I don't think there's going to be this reunion of Sam and Jason. Okay, bottom line is that shit is not going to sell. Dave says, "I'll be curious about how Elizabeth will deal with Jason." Yes, I will too, Dave, because Sam has every right to be upset, and so does Liz. Sean said Chase Jordan has no story. Maybe they will give the black character stories now since that out of a guilt trip, maybe, Sean. Let me tell you something about Bobby. Her talents are being wasted on that show in a lot of ways. I do think she's a good actor, a good actress. I don't think she's a good cry, but I think she's a good actress. And they're fumbling the ball. Put it this way, Dave. Maybe that's what happened behind the scenes. It's not Steve Burkham or BM's fault. It's TBTB's fault. Nate, what is TB? What is TPTB's fault? For the uninitiated, which is me. J Blue says, Dabu says, I'm quite sure Diane could have gotten Carly off those charges. I don't understand them. But all she said that she was running an organization. Could she? It's possible, Jay Blue, but it's also possible that, oh shit, it's also possible, powers that be, Lord B. It's also possible that she could have been going to jail. Ron says up here, I want Melinda Trask to talk to Eric, to tell Eric that's the baby. Well, I mean, you you know that Melinda will go to jail, right? Right, Ron? Jay Blue says Sam knows Sonny's business and what would have happened if. Yeah, that's true, Jay Blue. See, the problem with Sam right now, Jay Blue and chat, is that Sam is thinking on emotions. She is thinking on pure emotions. Cherie said, "Love all your members and your support to the channel. You're dope and thank you, Cherie. I appreciate that. I try. I keep it 100. I make my mistakes. I try to own them and I try to do better. And I think as a content creator, that's all you can really do in this business is eventually realize that your shit don't that your shit stinks, and just put in a good show and have a good time, and hope that your audience will understand that you're a human and that you will sit there and mess up. Johnson says, "Do you think we'll see Victoria work with Rob again on days since she probably had to dissect with him?" Oh, Jonathan, I will sit there and say this. Sometimes, sometimes time does heal wounds. I don't know what their issue was, but sometimes when you back away from a situation, you let that time pass. And as long as there was nothing that was just god awful, it's possible. Not probable, but possible. Joshua Cook, how's the channel going, by the way? I gotta sit there and check out your channel real quick. How's the YouTube channel going back? How's the YouTube channel going? God damn it. Oh, nice. Okay. Now I gotta sit there and check out your channel every now and then and see how you're doing. Um, go back to my music. Yeah, sure, whatever. Jesus Christ. Okay. Helen says Sam knows how the business works. It irks me how she's blaming Carly for something Carly couldn't control. Cyrus was dangerous. What was Carly supposed to do? Well, Eileen, you know what she's going to sit there and say, right, Eileen? She's going to sit there and say, "But I'm a mother, and I gotta sit there and think of my children." And blah 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 is going to come after that. That's what's going to happen, Eileen. She's going to sit there and say something along the lines of "my children" or something, and um, blah 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 blah. Jay Blue says Sonny has many businesses, some illegal, some legit. I wonder if a lawyer could find wiggle room with Carly semantics. How come? I mean, if anyone could, it's going to be Diane. Joshua says, Albert, I plan on doing my winery reviews and recaps tomorrow. All right, I look forward to it then, Jonathan. Joshua, I look forward to it then. I will be watching. And also Joshua, I'm glad you're back on YouTube. Freddie says Sam and Liz were the moms and dads to their. Okay, hold on. Let me sit there and take another drink. Cause sometimes, my guy, you're my guy and everything, but say some shit. And I just gotta. All right, hold on. Of course, Joshua. You know, Cherie, unfortunately, it's different in some senses. Because Dante is a cop, and she will have to sit there and deal with the danger of him being hurt. But she can be a different type of Karen. Ready? Oh, hold on. Let me take a drink. Cherie says, "Cheers, love. I'm with you." Ready? Cherie, it's Friday night. Why not sit there and have a drink or two? Freddie says, Albert, Sam, and Liz were the moms and dads to their children. Liz, Danny, Jake didn't deserve to be put through hell all because Jason wanted to play. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I'm not going to sit there and lie. That's true. But um, they get to feel how they get to feel. They get to feel how they get to feel. Um, I wouldn't be upset with, I wouldn't be mad at Danny. I wouldn't be mad at Jake for the fact that their father left to protect Carly. And you know, the sad thing is, I love Jason, but Jason will sit there and say, Liz and Sam are good mothers. They were in good hands. Like that's supposed to justify his Francis, she is coming back for Doug's funeral. I've heard that she's coming back, Francis. As said, Finn's rock bottom coming when he decides to take his battle for Violet to court. This would have been a good time to bring Hayden back. Oh, Hayden, how do you sit there and write two goddamn questions for me? I'm gonna sit there. Sheree said this chat is live. Thank you, Sheree. Yeah, no, we have a good time. We have a good time every day. Ryan, how the hell do you sit there and write me two questions and think I'm going to answer both of them? Yeah, Francis, I heard from the chat that a lot of people are coming back for Doug's funeral. Let's be honest, Francis. They're coming back for Doug's funeral, but they're also coming back for Bill Hayes' funeral. Um, and it's going to be a tough one, Francis. I'll sit there and say that. Ron says, Albert, do you like Aaron and Sophie as teen characters? I don't really care for them. I mean, Ron, if they do something, here's the thing, Ron. If they actually do something to make their characters worth their salt, then I would like them as characters. But that whole prom was lame. The music was lame, and I think it had mostly to do with the fact that they couldn't have any copyright infringements. Um, I don't think that Aaron is a great character. He seems very bland. Um, Sophia doesn't come across as a total bitch, so that's totally fine. So that's my answer. But no, Francis, here's the thing. The last time I felt like it was an actual real funeral was Lila's funeral. Lila's funeral felt like an actual funeral. They weren't just reciting lines. They were literally grieving and paying their respects. She says Dave's team scene sucks all around. Yeah, it's the bland characters that they have. Yeah, Freddie, I mean, yeah, I get it. Jason definitely messed up, but here's the thing, Freddie. I know that you don't like Jason as a dad. I'm gonna sit there and say this, and you can disagree with me. As long as there is breath in that man's body, he has an opportunity to sit there and make up for time. He has an opportunity to sit there and make it right. He has an opportunity to sit there and make it right. You can mess up as many times as it takes, but as long as you sit there and find a way to make amends, that counts. Sean said they are wasting Tabi. She has problems with her crying scenes, but practice makes perfect. Overall, good actress. Hey, some actress. Well, Sean, here's the thing. When I sit there and say about Tabi while her crying, that is my constructive criticism. Okay? And yes, I said the same thing. There's a lot of actors who are vets who can't cry. Okay? That is my constructive criticism, and I stand by that. But I do agree with you that they are wasting her talents, and maybe she needs to be somewhere else. I said she needs to be going. She needs to go on the games. Sean, as said, one they always did prom right, and their teen scenes are great. Yeah, and but they were also in the '90s. In the '90s was actually a great time, so that's not surprising. Freddie, I didn't feel Maxie's I didn't feel Georgie's funeral because I knew the actress wanted to leave. But Lila was different. Lila was different. They're yeah. Jay Blue says, "Oh my, I watched a commercial for Emerson." Oh shit, are you serious? Jay Blue? Jay Blue says, "Oh my, I'm watching a commercial for eczema cream and realize it's a new Molly doing it." What? Well, soap operas don't pay that much, so don't be too surprised if you don't see your favorite actors or actresses doing, you know, hustling on the side. Johnson says the characters they should have brought back as teen. Yeah, Sydney, Parker, Noah, Austin, and Carrie's son, and maybe and introduce a teen character of Brandon Walker. Jonathan, I want to ask you a question. Why do you want them to bring back Sydney? I noticed that you always talk about Sydney a lot. Why do you want them to bring back? Why do you want them to bring Sydney? Yeah, I mean, like I said, Patty, um, there's a lot of funeral scenes that is harsh for some people. Um, Oscar, I don't know if he had a funeral scene. Spencer, he had a funeral scene. They don't hit the same. Why is it so loud? They don't hit the same. Lila and Doug's funeral is going to be different. Victor scene hit different. Okay? Because often a lot of times when they are doing these funeral scenes, they are grieving the actors um passing, and there's a certain emotion that you can just feel. Jay Blue said, "Yeah, I heard her voice first, and then looked up and saw her." Island says the teen scenes a couple of years ago was decent. Well, yeah, of course, Island, because they didn't have to sit there and deal with political correctness, and well, the writing was just better. Johnson says she's EJ and Sammy's daughter and could have been. Jonathan, let me ask you a question. I see what you're saying, Jonathan. Sammy and EJ are very good characters. So by proxy, Sydney should be a great character. But do you think that they did Allie right, given her daughter, given her mother was Sammy? Do you think that she's going to be a better character? Do you trust that she's going to be a better character than Allie? Because Allie had the potential to be a great character, and she came across as a ditzy idiot. Francis says, "Do you think Wino is going to put Nick and Sharon back together?" Um, it depends on Job Griffin and how much he actually likes his audience. Francis, should they put them together? You know, Francis, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Let me tell you what, Francis. You can have children with someone and be great co-parents and be great friends, but not make it work as a couple. You know, and you kind of got to sit there and see that person where they're at. I fantasy wise, yeah, sure, put them together. They're beautiful, cute, whatever. But reality, sometimes you're better off just being co-parents. And I feel like too much has actually happened to them for them to try to go down that road again. Patty says Johnny and Allie was a snooze fest. Maybe Sydney would be. Patty, let me ask you a question. Do you trust the writers to sit there and make Sydney a good character? Freddie says Albert, but I saw also saw jealousy on Sam's face when she was being. Of course, Carly pointed it out that Sam is punishing Jason. She's punished. It's just and that's the thing, Francis. It's like I fantasy wise, it's a soap opera. So yes, put them together, make the fans happy. Reality wise, sometimes you just do too much damage. When you have family and kids involved, it's just better not to cross that line. And Francis, that's why with Maxie um, was hesitant. I understood that. CJ closed exactly, Albert. It's not the actors, it's not the actors, it's the writers that are making the show boring. It's true. It's true, CJ Clove. Johnson says I expect Ali to be more like Sammy, but they dropped the ball with that. But they probably wanted to save their oh, Jonathan. Jonathan, you kind man. You kind man. Jonathan, you're a better man than me. You just gave the writers now by saying they probably want to save their energy. Wow. They want to save their energy. God damn, Jonathan, you got a good sense of humor. Sean said, what's the point of John Case? The character, not the actor, are interesting, especially this act. Sean is not a fan of John. And Island is also not a fan. Okay, that's fair. Oh, Jesus Christ, I actually really put a lot. Okay. And I can tell that Island does not like him because Island wrote that shit in all caps. The writing for Jagger has been poor. I feel some people still calling him Jagger instead of John. That's nice. Oh no, Freddie. He just took a little vacay. Or GH wants to sit there and save some money. As says I'm talking about the 2006 when Todd's daughter and friends and Nora ends. Well, yeah. At I always look at the early 2000s as the 90s in disguise. Okay, there were certain things they was able to do. They was able to get away with on television. Um, that they could not get away with now. And I can distinctly remember General Hospital saying the N word. Dave says, "Will Carly turn herself in?" I'll be surprised. Sean says, Hat Daddy don't need a story. He's winning. Exactly, Sean. He comes in when he wants. He'll sit there and put his next Emmy, which he's gonna get, in his little trophy box or whatever. Okay? Just, polish him off every now and then. Johnson says, I don't mean the writers wanted to save their energy. I mean they wanted to make Sydney the daughter who has Sammy's energy and make her more like her mom. Yeah, but they should have did that. They should have did that with Allie, though. They should have did that with Allie. Come on, Jonathan. It's so they did a piss poor job with Allie to sit there and make Sydney great. No, that's messed up. I won't accept it. I'm gonna sit there and pull a Brooke Logan. I won't allow it. Patty says, why do the writers only put an effort to write great scenes when they are on the way out? Um, because Patty, pressure will sit there and get you to sit there and either do some amazing things or really mess up what you're already doing. And that's the thing, Patty. It's the same thing with soaps. One Like the Left was going out, they want to go out with a bang. Other stories is going out, they want to go out with a bang. That's just how life works. Oh shit. Freddie says Alvin Morrow should stay. Yes, Freddie, he saved one of those Emmys. He's a winner, Freddie. He's a winner. That's all he knows how to do is win. Have a good night, Francis. Have a great weekend. Have a great and safe weekend. And I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Ed, I've been wondering that for a hot minute. Ed, I thought his last day was when he got shot, and then he was still there, and part of me was just like, Steve, what the hell are you still doing there? Of course, Francis, of course. Johnson says he should have done with Ali that what I expected them to do. Jonathan, does Lucas have any strong characteristic traits? Sherry, what part is your middle name? The Francis or the Dixon? Well, Sean, his storyline is that he is drinking under a bridge somewhere. I'm just repeating what James said, but yeah, Sean, they did the actor poorly. Let's be honest, they didn't just do the character poorly. They did the actor poorly. Johnson says if Ali came back with a different actress playing her, do you think it's possible that she could be more like Sammy? Well, yeah, but it would kind of be a little bit too late, though, right? You have her coming in acting like a ditzy chick, then she comes back in. Yes. So Jonathan, they could have played Allie like that. Morby said, "Yeah, poor Stack is still living in a van by the river. That deserves a drink." Darby says, "I'm Lucas is a mama's boy." Yeah, but also he's an alcoholic now. My point is that they could have played Allie more towards Lucas's traits than anything else. Instead, they dropped the ball, and we all had to sit there and suffer through that. Through that. Francis says, Sheree says, Sheree Francis. Oh, Francis. Okay, all right. So I know what other name to sit there and call you, Sheree. I call you. I know another name to call you. And how are you doing tonight, Charlene? Toby says, like that's any better. What do you mean? Patty says, I want to see Sydney because I haven't seen her since she was a toddler. Yeah, just make her a good character. That's right, love. Cheers. Right. Darby says, an alcoholic mama's boy. My point is, Darby, they could have gave Allie some good character traits. Um, but they didn't. They decided to make her a ditchy chick, and we had to sit there and suffer through it. Alice says, honestly, Sammy's case should have been yes. And Charlene seems of New York State like you. Oh, so Charlene, you were feeling the heat then. You were feeling the heat then. You know, Charlene, I hope you didn't have to sit there and take the trains because I heard they were a nightmare. Oof. Sheree said, "Don't call you Sheree Francis." Oh no, Sheree, I'm only going to call you Francis when I want, just to tease you. I'm just going to call you Francis just to tease you. I feel like I need to sit there and take a drink before I read this. Jess says, Why do you have long sleeves on in this heat?" Just because I have an AC behind me. That's why. Because I have an AC behind me. Jess, what's your next question? I'm kind of curious about. I'm kind of curious about what her next question is, since Jess wants to be a very cute, smart ass tonight. Um, which apparently I actually like for some odd reason, and clearly I need therapy. But because I have an AC behind me. Um, it's funny, Jess. It's not 90 degrees in my room, so I can have a goddamn jacket on if I want. Oh, Jess, did you? Oh, by the way, Jess, did you see the picture of me and my dad? We went to go see Bad Boys, whatever number that they're up to. Jess says the jacket is crazy. Well, Jess, you did sit there and say I was weird, but did you see that picture though? Oh, okay, Jess. Oh, okay, okay, Sheree. I don't know if you're ready for that. Boy got some skills. I don't know if you're ready for that. I'm suffering with you and mass. Jess, do I look like my dad? People say I look like him, and I don't see it. Well, sure. Are you are you are you ready for that? Not always gentle. I was sitting there saying. Johnson says, "Yes, you look like your dad." I don't see it, but okay, I'll take your word for it. Jay Blue says, "Just looking at you in the long is making her." Jay Blue, I'm not surprised. Sheree says, "Oh, I don't see it." Oh, you don't see me looking like my dad, right? Just says, "Well, I got to get back to you. I don't feel like it." Just says, "Well, I got to get back. Look, I don't feel like it. I don't get it." Sheree, it was actually good. It was good. It was funny. It was exactly, and my dad enjoyed it too. So I was very happy my dad enjoyed it. He doesn't usually do the movies too much, and we haven't went to the movies together in a hot minute. Just says, bro, read. You're not reading correctly. Just said, well, I gotta go back and look at. Oh, okay. Ah, I'm sorry, Jess. I love how Jess loves to sit there and scold me. You're something else. No, but sure enough, he enjoyed it and it was good though. Jess says the alcohol went to your brain already. I love how Jess says a comment like that after when I was with her, she only had one drink. See, Jess, lightweights like you don't get to sit there and actually criticize someone like me about drinking. That's not how that works. But try again. As says with Ali, they just made her go through a love triangle, a threesome, a fight with Johnny, instead of really giving the character. Damn, Ed, that was actually spot on. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jesse. Do you want me to use cake gloves throughout the rest of the night with you? Because I can. Darby says maybe you should pay Jess to scold you, Albert. Oh, come on, Darby. Sherry likes to sit there and think that she slaps me around and calls me Susie. But I'm more than welcome to use the kick gloves with you, though, Jess. Sherry says, no, I didn't see the picture. Or maybe I did and forgot. Was it on Twitter? I'll send it to you. I took my dad to B&B to a BBQ arcade. Oh, no, Sherry, I'll send it to you. Oh, Patty, I love the heat. Patty, I love the heat. 107, 120. I love the heat. Patty, I'm a heat person. I love the heat. We're gonna have a good time, Sherry. We're gonna have a good time. I hope you're ready. Anyway, good time. No, Patty, like I said, I love the heat. The hotter the better for me. I don't. Yeah, that's the thing, Patty. I don't care how much I'm sweating. The hotter the better. I'm not a fan of the cold. So Patty. Eventually, maybe one day I'll move somewhere when it's really good weather and really hot weather. Like I was to tell you, Patty, I'm going to either Arizona or Texas. Everybody says I'm sure she calls you other words spoken by the guy next to the AC. Well, that's Darby, you goddamn smartass. My point is that I love. Here's the thing, Darby. I love the heat though. The hotter the better. Darby, let me tell you something. When when I'm doing my reviews, I don't have the AC on. I don't. Um, uh, there's times that I've sat there and been in my room, hot as hell, 100 degrees outside, and no AC. Windows and doors closed. Jesse, yeah, I don't know how people live in Texas and Arizona. It gets past 100 out there. So, Jess, you're not a person that likes to eat. Sheree says, I love winter. Where is this? Oh, Sheree, I that's hilarious. Jess says clearly. I don't, Jess. One day I gotta get you on. I gotta get you on here live. Because you, Jess is a firecracker. Of course, I don't think that Jess will sit there and have that level of sarcasm if we were in person. I don't think that Jess would have that level of sarcasm if we were in person. I think that Jess would be a little bit too intimidated by me. Just as Ella, I'll be down for that. I'll be down for what, Jess? John says it looks like we have to wait another week for Everett's story to continue. You know, Jonathan, I'm okay as long as the other stories are actually decent. J Blue says the person who grew up in the Caribbean, I don't like all that heat. I like the weather in the middle, not too hot, not too cold. Um, no, J Blue, I love the heat. The hotter the better. Bring on the heat, baby. I'm with it. And it says, I think that soap operas need to start writing the next generation. You know, it's funny, Ed. Even DC said that. No, Darby, no. I put down my own drink. I put down my own drink. My point is, Darby, is that I don't think that Jeff should sit there and be as much as a firecracker if we were in person. I mean, did you see that stream like a couple months ago? She was kind of intimidated by my mere presence. Yes, Freddie, hit that goddamn like button. Sheree said, listen to all the ladies in the chat. Y'all too hot if you don't mind tonight. It's down a little. If you don't mind tonight. Tonighting is down a little. I don't get it. Solomon, how are you doing, my friend? Let's sit there and see what Paris is cooking tonight for his members. I didn't say stop. Okay, let's see. What is he cooking for his members? God damn it, Paris. But you know, I understand now. Sheree says, do you like zones? Um, mm, not really. I didn't hear good things about Zoom. DC tried to do Zoom. It didn't work for him. So I'm not exactly a fan of. What do you mean? Are you a fan of Zooms? Do you do live Zooms? No, no. Reggie said I just came back from. Reggie said tonight is down means like slow your roll. Tonighting is down means like slow your roll. Why slow your roll? Speed it up. Reggie said I came back from celebrating. Like, oh my god, Freddie, bless his heart. Jesus Christ, bless that man's heart. That is amazing. No, that's an amazing gift that you have. Cherish every single moment that you have with that man. Seriously, cherish every single. This makes me sad. Cherish every single moment that you have with him. Yeah, cherish every single moment that you have with him. That's amazing. Solomon says, I don't mind a why not special episode, but I felt a bit odd that the children were interested in hearing. Solomon, let me tell you something. The only reason why Nick and Sharon decided to tell their love story was simply because what the hell's her name? Faith broke up with her. No, Faith boyfriend broke up with her off screen. See, the thing is, Solomon, I'm not a fan of the. I'm not a fan of the specialty stories, the one-off stories. I forgot what they're called, but very strong man. Thank you for having a good time. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Freddie. Bless his heart and treasure him. The hell is gonna sit there and say? Oh, see, Jonathan, this is why I rock with you because Jonathan knew I was struggling with coming up with the name for that. Yes, I'm not normally a fan of standalone episodes, and I think because I like Nick Newman. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan literally saw what I was in there struggling with, but I'm normally not a fan of Deborah. How you doing tonight? Um, of standalone episodes. But my whole thing is like this episode only happened because Faith boyfriend broke up with her off screen, and somehow we're supposed to care. I'm gonna ask a question in the chat. Does the YNR fans actually give a damn that Moses broke up with Faith? This is for the YNR fans. Do y'all care? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really give two shits. Moses broke up with Moses broke up saying that they got together too young. He wanted to experience college life, and so it is what it is. But that's the thing, though. Exactly. Oh, I'm yeah, sure. I'm really sorry to hear that. Um, I didn't want to have an icy approach, even though I was just like, I don't care. Faith and Moses' relationship happened, continued during college. Well, we never saw that. So when they broke up, and that's the thing, Jonathan. Why should we care? The Young and Restless didn't give us an actual reason to care, right? And she's all crying. She's all like, "Oh, Moses broke up with me. He wanted to sit there and experience other. He felt like I haven't they got together too young. That's what he said. So I'm just like, okay, fine. That's a legitimate reason. But we haven't saw their trials and tribulations. So why should we care? That's my thing. So this whole going through memory lane is because of faith. A character that, to be honest, I don't know how many people are invested in. Someone says, "Oh, I didn't catch that part out," but really another off-screen plot. Next thing you know, Billy will reveal I am passing that his mom died. Uh, you know, Solomon, I could see them doing some stupid shit like that. It is in Solomon, it is in the Young and the Restless wheelhouse to do that. And the sad thing is that I actually like the Young and the Restless. I actually like the Young and the Restless. This is a very bad plot that they They do a lot of stuff off screen. Tucker will probably not going to sit there and see it again. I think his scenes a couple of days ago was his last scenes. They treated him like the devil. I don't think that Tucker was like the worst thing ever. And I don't feel bad for Audra because she's working with the devil, and when she winds up having to pay her due, it's gonna be whatever. Solomon says they should have brung Moses to pay back to the show together and give them. They should have, Solomon. You break them up off screen, and then you honestly think that we're supposed to sit there and actually care. Dorothy says, "Do you think Lily's playing a long con on Billy and Jilly and Jill to get Connor and to get Chancellor from them? You know, Darby, I don't think that she is anymore. And I think that Devon's instincts is right. Devon sat there and was like, I don't think that Lily's going to go through with our plan. And I can see what he's talking about. I think that Billy has charmed her. I think that I think that she's going to go back on her word, and they are going to sit there and just break up the company. And Lily's not going to go back to Devon. Sheree says, I never used to watch Minor the last couple of years. It got me locked in. I'm curious what happens next. Yeah, you know, Sheree, I really started watching Young and Restless because me being a soap reviewer and people just saying I should watch the Young and Restless. But I like it. And I'm glad I actually have more time to sit there and devote towards it. Sometimes, as much as I love General Hospital, Jesus Christ. Susan says another Lily and Devon feud. Susan, how long you been watching Young and the Restless for? Well, you know, of course, Freddie, listen, 120 is a milestone. It is a gift. It is a gift to him. It is a gift to your family. And it's a lot. So that's good. Oh, by the way, just for the people that watch Kyrie's, he's not streaming tonight. He's going to be streaming tomorrow, though. But I get it, though. Listen, streaming every day could sit there and be kind of taxing. So I get it. And I'm proud of him for actually taking the night off. Susan says not that long, only about 10 years. Susan says not that long, only about 10 years. Just a little mild 10 years. Listen, Susan, you seem like you're an expert at this point. 10 years is what the hell? 10 years is that's a good amount of time. Okay, I'm gonna sit there and take a chance to see what this is. Yeah, not the best, but not the worst. Susan says, well, I was a big AMC fan. Okay, well, that makes sense. I get it, Susan. When I started off, I was an ABC fan. I started off watching One Life to Live, and despite whatever DC says, my first show was One Life to Live. Um, and in some ways, I kind of look down on the on soaps like Days and um, anything on CBS. So Alan says the heat is unbearable plus after flu. I feel your pain, Alan. After flu for 1 week, it felt like death. It literally felt like I was dying. It felt like I was dying. And then I had the virus, and that was bad. And it just sucks when you're not at 100%. You have to go into work. You have to sit there and put on a fake smile and be around a bunch of people. And you just want it to be over. You just want to sleep. You don't feel like doing too much of anything. And everything that you do, you feel like you're at less than 50%. Someone says, and they were going to write Tucker off the show. They should have done it in a storyline where he goes to prison for trying to. Well, Solomon, you're giving these writers too much. I mean, that sounds like a great story, but you're giving these writers too much credit. It's people. It's people nowadays that doesn't make it to the age of 50. So the fact, yes, exactly. Freddie, like I said, it's a blessing. So count your blessings. Spend as much time with your grandfather, and just always count your blessings, and always realize that somebody has it worse than you. It tends to put a lot of stuff in perspective. Susan says my best friend was a big Wine Out fan. I remember Snapper. I couldn't believe when they started mentioning him again. Without a Snapper. Justin says 1994 is wow. Okay, damn. All right, Justin, I'm definitely gonna be coming to you towards my information. Someone says, "What do you mean the virus?" Yes, Solomon, but because of YouTube, I can't actually say that. But yes, the virus, um, which sucked. You know, Solomon, I didn't have it as bad as other people. I just lost my appetite. I lost my appetite. So, Sean says, Albert, do you ever hear from the actor that played? Um, not lately. He comes in the chat every now and then. I mean, I can always sit there and like message him, and I know he's like super busy and stuff, so I try not to really bother him. But I mean, we're cool. Yeah, we're cool. Every now and then he'll pop up in the chat to sit there and say what's up. And I think he's working on a lotion or something. Last time I checked. What? You know, seriously, I forgot that David Hasselhoff was actually um exactly Freddie. You know what I'm talking about, Freddie. So, and you know, seriously, I actually forgot that David Hasselhoff actually was on the show. I remember I went. Here's the thing, Susan. I went um to the official page because I want to sit there and get the names of the actors and the characters, and it showed David Hasselhoff there. Solomon says, "Okay, I'm a sense that through your time talk." No, Solomon, I do not talk about politics on air. I just said the virus because I can't say X, Y, and Z, even though I don't monetize these videos. But that's the thing, Solomon. YouTube is very touchy when it comes to certain words. So Susan says before you went to prime time. You know, Susan, I wonder what he's doing now. Island says PS YouTube. See, Island knows. Island knows. Island knows the YouTube struggles that the content creators have to sit there and face. Lobby says your collab with Mason Diesel. Yes, Lorby, I will always sit there and put that down as a record for among my favorite live streams. It's actually one of my favorite live streams. That's one of my favorite live streams. That's actually my first favorite live stream. Um, James It's another one of my favorite live streams. And Brock TV and Curry's Cluck is another one of my favorite live streams. Melly Mel, my horror queen, how are you doing tonight? Melly Mel says, "Hey everyone with love." Yes, because we need more love in this world. Because God damn it, sometimes. Justin says, Albert, I'm referring to Joshua Mar. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Justin. I've been drinking tonight, so I might have misinterpreted your comment. Oh, 1994 is where all began. Oh, my bad. My bad, Justin. I've been drinking a little bit tonight. Lobby says, LOL. By the way, I still can't believe at a wooden spoon. I still can't look at a wooden spoon the same way. Well, Lorby, here's the thing. When you meet a woman like Jess, okay, you meet a woman like Jess, who is so incredible and so remarkable, sometimes you gotta sit there and show your devotion towards a very lovely woman by naming a spoon after her. I'm just saying. Darby says, "Hey, Albert, guess what? Sabrina Faith was on last night when Epic ran." Ooh, okay. Thank you, Darby. I'm gonna sit there and I appreciate that. That's funny. I always wonder how Sabrina Faith is doing. Let me try to look her up. God damn it. This is taking forever. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, Solomon, a lot of other people. Ooh, a lot of other people are saying the same thing. It's really sad, Darby. You type up the name Sabrina Faith, and the first video that comes up is a video says that I need advice, please and thank you. But I'm wondering what she said though. I did try to do a collab with her. Mel says, Albert, I'm a loving, caring, sweet, beautiful, and good-hearted person after Jessica. That you are. That you are. See, Jess had a spoon named after her because she's just that awesome. Even though she likes to sit there and you know give me smoke from time to time, she's still pretty awesome. Now, Lorby says, have you heard for any? It's funny, Lorby. I messaged her maybe a couple months ago. She says she's doing good. I got to message her again, so thank you, Lorby. She's just kind of. She said that she's bored with the soap operas, so she's taking a break. I do feel like it's a little bit more than that, but I feel like that's a part of it, though. Sheree says, "Oh, Sabrina has popped up, but I never watch, or maybe once in a while." No, see, that's the thing, Sheree. I don't know whenever she's gonna pop up. So it's always kind of something whenever I get to sit there and try to watch her. Well, I'm sorry, what? I don't know. Susan says Sabrina did a live last night and says she's pregnant. Okay. Um, congrats to her. Hope that she is happy and you know she is well and that she's a happy pregnancy because I know that she has some very dark times before. So Mel actually liked the standalone episode. I was kind of on the fence by it. Um, I mean, I like learning the history of Nick Newman. I did kind of laugh when he did sit there and say that Victor and Nikki were he was very proud of them as far as role models. And I was like, Victor Newman and Nikki Newman should never be anyone's role models. Yeah, Susan, it's just hard to catch your lives down. So hopefully I'll catch your lives one day. Why is this not? Hopefully I'll catch your lives one day. Justin says, do you think Chanel will miscarriage? No, I don't, Jonathan. I don't. I think, well, in a weird way, like, don't get me wrong, I don't wish miscarriage on anyone, but I do think that it will be interesting to sit there and see how they deal with it. Darby says no Adam scenes on a standalone episode. Well, Darby, you know why, right? Because they went back so far that they used different actors. That's the thing, Darby. I noticed that too. But because they used different actors over the years, and they want to kind of keep it somewhat consistent. Have a night, Lorby. Oh, my bad. Have a night, Freddie. Thank you. Wish your grandfather a happy birthday again for me, and enjoy your time with him. But no, Darby, it's more about the actors that played Nick, that played Adam. So that's why they couldn't really show Adam in any of the scenes because those would have been pivoted. Those would have been parallel. Thomas says, I wonder if they wouldn't show Phillips in the flashback of scenes of Nick and Sharon's wedding. No, Lobby, I read it wrong and then I realized that it was Freddie that was calling it a night. No, you have a good night though too, Lorby. No, Solomon, they actually did show they did actually show they did show Phyllis in the same. You know what? I'm gonna sit there and say this right now. You know what pissed me off? There was people that kept sitting there saying, well, Nick cheated on Sharon. Nick cheated on Sharon. Sharon cheated as well. But of course the people that don't like Nick, oh my god, I don't like Nick. Nick is the devil. Was so glad to sit there and point out how Nick cheated on Sharon. But never once sat there and said how Sharon cheated on Nick. That's why when people give me pushback when it comes towards Nick, I'm just like, first of all, I'm just like, I'm gonna like whoever the hell I want, and if you don't like that, you can go fuck yourself. But number two, they don't like to sit there and tell the whole story. Yes, no, yeah, I saw him today, but he will be back on the 25th. Okay, yes, I saw him today. Hope starts in with her nonsense. Yes, Freddie, you have a great night. You enjoy him, and you cherish him, and that's what I'm gonna sit there and say without actually, you know, getting into tears. But enjoying them. All right, you have a good night, Jay Blue. Thank you for joining. Simon says they showed Phyllis and other scenes from Michelle Stafford, but they didn't show her in the one where Sharon slapped Nick at the wedding. It was a joke because someone else was playing. Yes, but that's what I'm saying, Solomon. That's why they didn't show a lot of. That's why they didn't show a lot of Adam because Adam was played by different actors. So, and here's the thing, Solomon. They also didn't sit there and show. Um, they also didn't sit there and show that many scenes with Phyllis because, like you said, it was shown by different people. I mean, it was played by different. She was played by different people. So now Mel says, "I love that Nick and Sharon acknowledge of their mistakes on cheating on each other." Yes, I'm glad you love that. Um, uh, I mean, I liked it. I wouldn't sit there and go as strong as Snitcher saying I loved it. Um, but yes, Mel, it's always very good when you sit there and reflect on your time on this planet and your time as a person to reflect and acknowledge the mistakes that you've made. I had to do that a couple of times. I felt like I have grown too big for my britches to realize that my shit stinks as well. So I'll say that. This is why I understand Nick confessing his faults to his kids. Why I don't understand him spilling his guts to Tessa. Like if any of her darn business. It's like Mariah can't have a scene without Tessa. Well, Darby, I'm not, I don't know what to say to that. Have a night, Sean. Just I don't even know what to say to that, so I'm just not gonna. Solomon says, I never understood why soap operas do that, Albert. It just gets in the way of an episode. Is the episode character? Why not show the previous? Solomon, it's about consistency, right? So you show a scene, you show different scenes with different actors of Adam. Storyline wise, people are just gonna look at that and be like, "Oh, whoa, bro, what are you doing?" So you don't wanna do that, Solomon. People like to have a level of consistency. So if you're not showing the current actor who plays Adam, it just comes across as just very um, disorienting. People don't like it. So that's why they don't do a Solomon. No one wants to sit there. No one wants to sit there and see different Adams play different actors play Adam. If you're showing a flashback or anything like that, that's what I'm saying. It's more of a popular consensus. Mel says, "I'll remind tuitioners that Kyle will betray his family." Yeah, it won't be the first time. Apparently, won't be the first time. Um, Mel, actually, Mel, actually thought about you. I don't remember what horror movie I saw. Oh, it was Smile 2. I saw Smile 2, the previews, and I thought about you. I saw that this week, which looks just as creepy as the first one. And they seem like they have some sort of Lady Gaga slash Miley Cyrus ripple. Someone says, "Okay, gotcha, I understand. I know it used to piss me off when they do a flashback when a person that played Joe wouldn't show the previous actress." Yeah, it's more about why is it so loud? It's just more about keeping some sort of level of consistency. You know, I mean, Solomon, you got to sit there and remember. YNR, The Young and the Restless, does not always tell the best storylines. They don't always tell the best storylines, so they got to do something. Sheree says, "But do you think the right? Do you like the right? Do you like to write if you have time for it, Or is there any art medium you would like maybe to draw? Ooh, no, Sheree, I actually found my way of expressing myself, which is definitely not art. Um, maybe YouTube though. Maybe YouTube, Sheree. I feel like there's a certain level of art in doing this. And there's a certain level of art, there's a certain level of talent. Um, and I gotta sit there and say I'm very proud of the accomplishments that I made. You know, you gotta sit there and remember, Sheree. Everyone here can sit there and go to anybody else's chat. Or they can simply sit there and call it a night. The fact that they're still here, that means something, and I take very great pride in that. So I think I've actually found my venue. Sheree. Sheree says you're such a fun. Sheree, it was never in my nature. I don't know what happened, Sheree. It's like I came on here, got a little clout, got a little popularity, and the confidence just kind of went out. It was very important to always sit there and keep my ego in check. And I always sit there and remind myself that I should not get too big for my britches. Darby says, now I get why Gwen called Leo Maddie. Now, oh, because of Matthew. Sheree said, that's so great to hear, and we appreciate it. Thank you, Sheree. No, we have a good time. We're here, we talk about the soaps, and it's a place where people can come and just hang out and just have a good time. Not have a good debate without feeling like they're getting judged too hard. You know? Because we all want to sit there and talk about these episodes. Darby says I would really lays it in on thick. I need to put on some high boots. Darby, what do you mean I lay it on thick? Explain that to the chat, Darby. Explain that to me. What do you mean I lay it on thick? I want to hear what you have to say. Mel says I've already got bad news that Teresa will be on Monday. That is bad news. 24th and 26th and the 27th. Oof. So Mel, what you're Smith is saying is that I should sit there and buy another bottle of wine so I can mutter through these goddamn sayings with Teresa. I don't know, Mel. I don't know if I should become a day drinker. You know, I don't want to sit there and fully explore and fully embrace the Hamilton phenomenon. Teresa, this is definitely an important medium and connection and expression. Yeah, Sheree, yeah, listen, we have a lot of fun. I feel like this is like here's the thing, Sheree. Everyone has their thing. Some people have painting, some people have music, some people have YouTube videos that they talk. Everyone has their own thing. Have a good night, Solomon. Have a great weekend, and hopefully I get to see you on Monday. Everyone has their thing, Sheree. I just got mine. Darby says, Arbor said, if I ever left early, he will put me on. Darby said, if I ever left early, he will put me on timeout. Darby, you want to sit there and tell me what that means? I didn't have that much strength to sit there and not be all clueless. So what does that mean by that, Darby? By the way, Darby, I appreciate you still hanging out with me, Darby. No, Darby, I appreciate you still hanging out with me because I know if Kyrese is actually doing his stream, you will be over there. So I appreciate you still hanging out with me, Darby. Val says, I want you to know that I love with all my heart and you mean so much to me and I will always be your queen of Mel. You are the queen of horror, Mel. You give me so many good spoilers and so many good tips towards my favorite genres. And I always come to you when it comes towards my horror movies. Melly Mel, you're my go-to girl when it comes to this horror. And I grew up on horror. I'm an '80s baby, so you know. Um, yeah, no, I saw that. It's Emily O'Brien that's just making all the goddamn scenes flat. She says, in all fairness, when we chill, we will be a day drinking, day smoking, and eating. I do love eating. And I do love drinking. Obviously, we gotta get some pizza. I haven't had good pizza in a while, and I'm not even gonna sit there and start to talk about that atrocious pizza that I had the day that I went to go see Bad Boys. It's like, oh, we don't have individual slices. Okay, well, what do you have? Then this chick brings out this tiny ass pie that costs way too much money. And it's not even about the money, it's about the quality of the so called pizza. Nobody says, now you know, I know you always check his lies for any naughty chats. Darby, let me tell you what I check. You know what I check for, Darby? I check to sit there and see who's in there. Because, Darby, at the end of the day, I'm very possessive. Not that I don't like to share, but I'm also very possessive. So, whenever I see you, Darby, and Darby says how much money. Um, more, more money than they should have got for the lackluster of pizza that I received. Very lackluster. No, Darby, I like to sit there and check because Darby be like, all right, hey, listen, I'm out. I'm calling it a night, and then I'll see Darby and Kyrie's stream. Kyrie's is my boy. But, Darby says, how small is the pizza? Too fucking small. It was too small. It took too long to make, and I was just disappointed. Tracy says, I heard New York pizza has. I heard New York. They do, Tracy. You just have to find them. Here's the thing, Tracy. Not all New York pizza is good pizza. Well says, I would love. I'm curious. Yeah, I would love that too. Because she's coming off, of course, as a goddamn bat, as a Karen. Tracy said, "Yes, I did, Tracy. I did love Bad Boys. We had a good time. Um, Tracy, it's been a while since I actually saw like a really good movie. A really good movie. Um, so I enjoyed it, and it was good to sit down and spend time with my dad. Tracy, after the whole Gregory storyline, it was like I should probably spend more time with my dad. Not that I take it for granted, but Toby says not telling me much, Albert. It was small enough where I felt like we didn't get our money's worth. Darby says I love good pizza stories. Yeah, this wasn't one of them. This wasn't one of them, Darby. It was I mean, it wasn't gross, so I'm happy about that. So that was a saving grace. Tracy says I hardly go out while I was in Seattle with my mom, and I spent $55 on what? $55 on spaghetti sauce, spaghetti salad, and fried eggplant. I had it $10 for tip. I don't know how I feel about it. Ooh, Tracy, I feel your pain. I feel you. I feel your pain, love. This chick says she spent $50, $55 on pizza that didn't sound like it was that good. Yeah, you know what, Darby, I never actually had eggplant. Never had eggplant. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Darby. You put up an eggplant emoji. Darby puts up an eggplant emoji. Come on, broski. Oof. Yeah, Tracy, I don't know. I mean, Tracy, are you gonna sit there and see the Amy Whitehouse movie? Well, says I got good news that there's a possibility of Bad Boys sequel because there will be conditions. I know Will Smith keep the franchise going. You know, Mel, I would sit there and say this. I got an idea for a new Bad Boys movie. Reggie and Mondo. And that's what I'm going to sit there and say. Reggie and Mondo. They do a Reggie and Mondo team up. I don't care if they charge me $40 for the next ticket. I will go and see it. I would go and see it. They do charge another. They charge um $40. I'll go and see it. And if you watch Bad Boys, then you know what I'm talking about. And if you didn't, I'm not going to spoil it. Darby says eggplant sandwich. Now, for some odd reason, Darby, I'm not going to lie, I kind of take that as dirty language. I think that's dirty language. Hmm. Well, Island, let me ask you a question. Music, what music movie or documentary that actually did a good job? Whoa, that's interesting now because I know Will Smith is not the sequel guy. I could have swore he got killed off. But Michael B. Jordan? Didn't he get killed off in the last movie? Was he gonna come back as a ghost or a zombie or something? Island says Ray was a good movie. Okay, all right. Ruby says I don't use dirty language on you, Albert. Your legs don't do it for me. I'm sorry. What, Ruby? Was that like a flirty comment or something? What do you mean my legs don't do? What do you mean my legs don't do it for you? What does that mean? Tracy says Albert. It's an innocent conversation. Tracy, I want to know. I don't. I want to know what my legs have anything to do with it. What's my legs have? I'm not attracted to you. You know that's You know, Darby. If you weren't attracted to me, you wouldn't sit there and say that you weren't attracted to me. So, Darby, is there something you want to sit there and tell the chat? Tracy says the quality of food has gone down and prices has gone up. Yeah, that's true. Something you want to sit there and tell me, Darby? I did have another life before this, so you can sit there and speak freely. Darby, yes, Darby, I do have an ego, but that's beside the point, though, Darby. You wanna share something with the classroom? Exactly, Tracy. What you gonna do with it come for you? And then Martin sings that lyric that doesn't make a lot of sense, and I'm not gonna do it to myself because I know that Jess is watching still. Tracy says yes. I mean, Tracy says Tracy says yes. I wouldn't mind seeing the Amy Winehouse movie if they do it right. Tracy says you're making it dirty out of place. Listen, Tracy, I didn't make it dirty. Darby made it dirty. Okay. Darby says I'm not attracted to you, but guys don't do it for me. Okay. All right, Darby. I love how you had to sit there and put that in all caps just to sit there and make it funny for us. But okay, broski. Darby says say bad boys for us again. Um, I'm good, Darby. I'm still I mean, he says that kind of highly too. Like, I'm not attracted to you. I mean, that he might be attracted to me, but okay. It's okay, Darby, if you are. I get it. I get it. Okay. Yeah, listen, Tracy. If he is, I'm not gonna knock it. I understand it. Okay. You have a certain charm, so I get it. Get it. I'm not gonna knock it. Well, says, did you see the trailer for Daddy Long Legs? I'm actually gonna type it in right now. Oh no, Darby, I heard you. I just don't know how much I believe it. But I mean, listen, it's cool, Darby. You say it, and you seem like you mean it, and that's it's cool. Oh, long legs. Damn. Oh, July 12th. Okay, I'm gonna look at it now. I mean, like I said, Darby. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna actually watch that. Yeah. I mean, Darby, I see it. Everyone sees it. I don't know how much we believe it. I mean, it's cool if you do. I'm not gonna knock you. I get it. Um, no, man, I'm actually gonna watch it tonight, though. I'm actually gonna watch the trailer tonight. Did Tracy call me a house elf? No, Darby. I think you are protesting too much. Darby, just sit there. No, Darby, it's okay. You can just sit there and say your true feelings. No one is gonna judge you. Okay, Darby? Mom says they have an alternate ending on it. Yes, I do remember that. I do remember they actually have an alternate ending. Well, Michael B. Jordan, that's interesting. Oh, no, thank you for reminding me. I gotta see that SNL clip of Michael B. Jordan, the State Farm guy. It's okay, Tracy. I'm just teasing him a little bit. 'Cause, if Darby got something to say, I'm all ears. Yes, Darby. Sometimes the phone acts up. Sometimes. So don't blame Tracy for it. But I feel like what? I still want people to sit there and sign up for my. I still want people to sign up for the membership. Sign up for that membership. That's actually really worth it. Oh, come on, Darby. You're more than flattered. Just admit it. Tracy says you like to tease him. Well, Tracy, that's one of my talents. So, as far as teasing, just saying. Tracy says you're okay, babe. You're so fly. I appreciate that, Shree. Listen, I'm a call you. after I'm done with this live stream. I don't. I think you probably want to be asleep though. But I didn't want to talk to you though. I want to hear your voice. I'll go to bed. I'm sorry that I actually called you before the. Oof, another movie. Well, now I know where my money's going. I swear, I almost feel like I'm gonna be. I'm gonna see that movie though. And I'm also gonna sit there and watch The Boys too this week. You know, Tracy, he is a lot. He is hilarious. He is hilarious. He's the jokester of the chat. Darby says your humbleness is not one of your strengths. Darby, I'm gonna sit there and say this. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself so much to the point where other people believe in you. You have to be your biggest cheerleader. So, Darby, in turn, if I have a bit of a ego or confidence, one, it's not unfound, and two, you have to. No, I'm not. Darby says what your business is. I don't know what Darby's talking about at this point. All I'm hearing is a lot of denying, which is fine. It's cool. But anyway, I still got to see the first two Terrifying movies. Uh, Big Samuel was good. Darby says, "Do I need a lawyer?" I don't know, Darby. Do you? Or do you want to just sit there and confess your feelings? I feel like if you confess your feelings, Darby, you wouldn't have to have a lawyer. Tracy says, "No, it wasn't being funny. It was funny either way." uh, Island says, "Apparently, Hope wants Thomas back. What's her problem?" Here's the thing, Island. She has the same problem that Katie has. When you play with their toys that they don't want to play with, then they get upset. That's the thing. Katie has the same problem that Hope has. Samuel says, "I didn't realize that nigga." Yeah, 30 years. What's good, Big Samuel? 30 years. Joshua Morrow has been on for 30 years. I think that's pretty cool. Tracy says, "I drive a lot when I operate on, so a lot of times I speak into my phone." Yeah, exactly, Tracy and Darby. A lot of time when you speak onto your phone, they don't always interpret what you said. They like to miss. They like to sit there and get it wrong. And so Darby, don't sit there and take anything harsh what Tracy's saying. And Darby says, my feelings are that you're my friends, period." Ooh, and said it was an exclamation point. Okay, Darby. All right, Darby. I'm going to drop it. Drop it, Darby. Let it go. All right, I got you. Got you, Darby. It's cool. Oh, Jonathan. Jonathan says, "Do you think Penn will try to fight for custody?" With that blackmailing, with that evidence that Tracy collected, if he does, he's going to have to be smart. Listen, um, okay, Darby. Um, she laid a very fine picture of, listen, this ain't a good look. If you try to take this to court, it's not going to end well. So, what are you going to do? You going to sit there and go to rehab and clean yourself up? Or do you want to sit there and lose your daughter forever? See, Tracy's willing to sit there and go that extra mile that maybe Chase wouldn't go. Chase was very hesitant talking to Stella, didn't sit there and say too many things, too many, really bring up but that's true. That's true. That's true, Darby. Mel says I love that true Mara as well. Spencer is Joshua saw and coming. Yeah, it should be interesting. Um, uh, Hopefully he has good acting chops because let's be honest, Mel, no one likes nepotism. Okay, no one likes nepotism. Adam, Maurice Bernard's son, was actually good at what he did. Okay, yes, he was Maurice Bernard's son. Maurice has a lot of power, but Joshua Bernard did his thing, and he showed that hey, listen, I may have nepotism, but I can come in here and do the damn thing. Ethel says Chase is too close to the situation to be rash. And that's another thing, Ethel. That's true. There's two things that's going against him. One, like you said, too rational to be, too close to be to the scene. And two, Tracy is willing to sit there and go places and do things that Chase isn't. Okay. When she was about to cry, she knew what she was doing. She knew she was gathering evidence to make sure that hey, listen, I'm blackmailing you, but it's for your own good. Now Samuel says, I really wish it was Elizabeth's son who caught Ben grabbing Elizabeth instead of Jason. Good story, I can see that. Tracy says Nick has played his character well. He has, Tracy. He's been doing it for 30 years. I admire the dedication. I admire whatever sacrifices he had to sit there and do to get to that point. And Tracy, I know people don't like his character. Oh my God, Nick Newman's the devil. Wah, 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 wah. But as an actor, I can respect that. Tracy says, Darby says Alexis was drunk in the car in Tracy's car, and Tracy set Alexis up with the accent. Yeah, she do what she has to do. She do what she has to do, and she does what she has to do for love, right? This wasn't just because I don't like Alexis because she screwed up my son. No, this was for I don't remember what it was for, but she also wants to sit there and have Alexis in a way. Hey, listen, get clean, go to rehab. I'm doing you a favor, right? Same thing with Finn. Hey, listen, I'm doing this for Violet. Get clean, go to rehab. I'm doing this to help you. So I feel like that's something in itself. Samuel says no. I think OG fans love Nick and they do. Samuel, a lot of people in the chat were just saying that they want them back together. Oh my God, they're so beautiful together. They want them back together. Um, I had the opposite thought on that. Toby says, why couldn't Tracy do it? Tracy says, why couldn't Tracy do it for AJ too? Hmm. But Darby, two things. One, maybe bad writing. Two, Maybe she just thought about it right then and there. That's the thing, Darby. A lot of times people have people have an epiphany moment, right? A good thought, but their good thought may only happen after, right? There's a lot of times in life, Darby, that we have good thoughts, we have good ideas that we should have used maybe 6 months ago, a couple of years ago, and we don't. Darby, that's what we call hindsight. Johnson says, "What do you think Paris will say to Ava?" Jonathan, what I hope that he would sit there and say to Ava is, "I'm done." Okay? Because there's too much that's one of happening with Ava and Tracy. I mean, with Ava and Harris. Okay? The cheating, he forgave. Okay, bro. Now, this whole Ava busted Clyde out of prison and didn't bother to sit there and tell him. Jonathan, I always sit there and say that men have a finite amount of patience. You can only push a man so far before they're just like, "I'm done, I'm cutting you loose, you're in too much trouble, you are mentally unhealthy." And I think that Harrison has finally reached his breaking point. I mean, at some point, Steve has to leave that show. The question is how. Samuel says, honestly, the Quartermains don't love AJ, and that's one of the things that always made me mad about GH. The writers value Sunday and Jason over AJ. That's true. Got to a point where they decided to put Billy Warlock in a position because Sean Caden was just as tall, if not taller, than Maurice Bernard. We can't make Maurice Bernard look bad. We can't make Sonny look bad, so we gotta sit there and have a shorter version than Sean Caden. Johnson says, "What did you think of Kayla calling out Ava?" I think she was spot on, Jonathan. I think that Ava's connection to Salem doesn't make any sense anymore. Trip is gone. She doesn't really have a good relationship. Harrison wasn't even there at one point. What is she doing slumming it in Salem? Working for Rome at the bistro. Like, come on, sis. Mel says, I got good news that the front room horror movie is coming in September with Brady, the actress, singer, and Charlie can watch. Okay, let me look that up. Oh, Jonathan, what did I say? I didn't say the Brady part. Okay, my bad, Jonathan. See, yeah, I'm still kind of tipsy. But yeah, I mean, my whole thing is like, you are slumming it at the Brady plot, at the Brady pub. Like, come on, seriously? You have no connection there whatsoever. What are you doing? Um, I might not like it. Oh, I saw that. No, it's with Brandy. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I have nothing against Brandy. It's just like I like the setup of the movie. I like the setup of the movie. They're dealing with some old school grandmother that comes across as racist, and I mean, it's nice to see that Brandy's acting again and doing horror movies, but yeah, I'm good on that. This is goddamn long, Jesus. Find a middle ground? Oh, shit. Justin says, how do you think Alex will feel when he learns that Justin is. Honestly, Jonathan, I want Alex to feel like dog shit. because he has been acting like an arrogant ass for some time now, and they are making him come across as so unlikable that I want him to feel bad because um he's just been unlikable. She says you're the best late night talk. How do you have the energy after work? Well, I'm not gonna lie, Sheree. I think this is kind of making the juices just flow. But honestly, tell you, Sheree, it's just a fun event. I have a lot of fun doing this. You know, and when you have fun doing it, no matter how, unless you're dead ass tired, I have fun doing it. She says, "What horror movie? Where?" Brandy. She's in a new horror movie. I wouldn't recommend anyone seeing it. It doesn't look like it's that good. But she's dealing with some sort of racist grandmother, which, honestly, to tell you the truth, is already kind of pissing me off. I'm just like, boom. I know you're old, and that's kind of you're just used to that scene. But part of me is like, can you just kind of die off so this way? Because you're just never gonna sit there and come to. You're never gonna sit there and have a forward thinking. So maybe you should just kind of just be gone. 'Cause you're never gonna, you know. I don't like that way of thinking. And I know that new school people have it, but for the old school generation, people will sit there and say, "But they're old school, and they're old, and that's their generation." Okay, well, when are you going to pass? That way of thinking does not need to be in this modern era. I know people can sit there and say, "Oh, but that's so mean." I don't care. Um, Johnson says, Alex being Victor's father seems to come out of nowhere. It makes more sense for Xander to. Well, yes, that's true, but that's a problem, Jonathan. They do stories like they do storylines like this, and then they just expect you to. Yes, from a logical point of view, that makes sense. From a storyline point of view, the problem is, Jonathan, they can sit there and write these characters. They can dumb these characters down as much as they want. And it doesn't necessarily have to make sense. It doesn't necessarily have to make sense. It's just, Johnson says, I think they're trying to set EJ as generation stepping on Xander, the next generation victim. Jonathan, do you really believe that? Or do you just have high hopes for Days of Our Lives? Do you really believe that? Or do you just have high hopes for or do you just have high hopes? Because I feel like a lot of time, Jonathan, you have these stories that could happen. And I think that you're giving these writers, these show directors, way too much credit. And so my question is, do you think this is a possibility that Days can pull off, or is it more of you want them to try to do it? Well, Jonathan, I'm glad that you're a realist. Smart man. Also, the guy good news that there will be I know what you did. I know what you did last summer. Horror movie coming with Jennifer. Wow. No, I gotta sit there and watch the second movie then. I didn't watch the second movie. Or maybe I did. It was so long ago, I don't even remember it. So if I do see the third one, then I would have to watch the second one. I don't know how invested I am into the franchise actually watching it though. Johnson says I think it's possible. It may not be what we get. Yeah. Well, Jonathan, you're a realist. Samuel says the problem with Alex or Xander being Victor's sons that nobody cares about the paternity of the character. We all like Xander and would have accepted him being Victor's son out of the gate. Maybe Samuel, maybe most likely you're right. But, so Samuel, you're saying they're saying that they got too convoluted with the story. What else has it got good news? Oh, more good news that Maxi Armory Watch X. Yeah, I remember you sent there telling me about that. There's a lot of stuff I gotta sit there and watch. I want to sit there and try to get Amazon Prime so I can watch The Boys. I got some stuff to catch up to between The Boys and whatever's in the spinoff that they got going on. And if I have time, I'll sit there and watch Invincible. But I have a list now. I have a list. I'm checking it twice. Thank you, Jonathan. Gen V. I mean, Gen V, yes. I may get it this weekend. I don't know. I feel like I have time this weekend to sit there and watch it. So, as long as I'm not super tired and I can sit there and get some caffeine in me when I get out of work, then I can sit there and marathon it. Susan said they are setting Alex up to take a really big fall. But Susan, you know they are doing that because they are making him so unlikable now. They are making him so unlikable that a lot of us are kind of just like, yeah, I'm cool with him having egg on his face. Jimmy says it should have never been a story. It would have been better if Teresa was scamming with his mother. Damn, Jimmy, you got some good stories. You and Jonathan. It's amazing that the fans, you, Jonathan, and everyone in chat, always seem to sit there and come up with some stuff that's better than what the hell they're writing. And you know the sad thing is, I can't even sit there and say was a budget issue because some of the stuff that y'all have sat there and said have it seemed like it could work out within the budget. And I think maybe if they invested more money into some of these stories, it wouldn't come out like the crap ass crap that they actually put it out as. Like I said, I think that some of these executives need to start watching these review channels, these soap review channels. And I'm not going to choose them all in one. I'm not going to sit there and say necessarily me, even though they should. But I just feel like that because, we got good ideas. In the soap opera genre, even though that the Gates is coming out, it's still somewhat of a dying breed. My goodness, if they don't put any goddamn life into some of the stuff that they put out, oh me, oh my. Ruby says if you like game shows, I'll try watching the quiz. Oh, no, I don't actually watch any game shows. It's not exactly my thing, Darby. No, I mean just like shows like that I haven't actually watched that I want to sit there and get around and watching. I have a list of shows that I want to sit there and watch. I feel like soap operas are, you know what? Samuel says soap operas not a dying breed, the writing is. And in some ways, yes. A lot of shows, a lot of superhero shows do definitely incorporate soap opera themes into their shows. But the soap operas in itself are a dying breed, right? Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, all four of them are a dying breed, or a dying breed. Okay? And if they don't find ways to sit there and breathe some life into these shows, um, make them when the advertisers want to sit there and spend some money, we're gonna have less and less. B&B is the joke of the soap opera, and yet Thorsten K is winning awards on soap opera daytime, um, soap opera daytime award shows. So in a way, yes, they're still dying. Sure, says support the soap opera. Yeah, support the soap operas. But the thing is, they need to do their part though. Oh, Darby, she needs more than just that. But yes, that's the start. The thing is, they need more than just soap opera. They need more than just support. They need some fresh ideas. They need to sit there and start listening to the fans. They need to start listening to the people that promote these shows, like me, James, and DC, and Kyrie's, and Dion. They need to start listening to these chats and the people that's in there because we are giving golden ideas that at this point we should be practically patenting. G.I. Joe and Transformers crossovers. Oh, wow. They're actually going through with that. Mel, that can also be really amazing or really terrible experiment. Johnson says after Alex learns that he's not Victor's son and that story is resolved, I think they should bring Maggie's granddaughter Melanie back. Have to go back and forth with Alex and them grow closer. Yeah, I don't know who Melanie is, but I'll take your word for that. I need to do something. Jonathan, you got to sit there and think of it. Just even going on days for a little bit. Days got that Hail Mary. Days got that. I'm gonna get to your question maybe. Days got that Hail Mary, and in a lot of ways, Days has been doing some okay storylines to well storylines, but they got that Hail Mary from being canceled to being on Peacock, and at this point, I need to sit there and see Days really stepping up. I really do because I have a lot of faith in Days, and I've been praising that show more than General Hospital. And I felt like Days a lot of times have been making me look like Boo Boo the goddamn fool. So they need to do something. Darby says Alex needs to lose all his money. But see, that's the problem though, Darby. That's not just Alex's money. That's Xander's money. So if Alex loses all his money, then Xander loses all that money that he could have had. Now we gotta find another way to sit there and humble Alex without losing Xander's money. Losing all of Alex's money. That's Xander's money. Come on, Darby. Try that again. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Darby. But I'm just saying that's Xander's money. Mel says I got good news. There will be a Space Force Tuesday. Yes, I remember. Actually, Mel, I think you said that this week. I think I heard that from you this week. Um, it's interesting because I haven't saw the original Spaceballs in so long with Rick Moranis. Samuel said these soap operas don't have diversity. They don't know how to write without the white gaze. Everyone is on note, and you can tell that the writers don't know how. Well, I mean, yeah, Samuel, but see, here's the thing, Samuel. You talk about writing for diversity, right? Soap operas don't write well for diversity. Well, Samuel, let's sit there and look at it this way. What happens when they do actually have a little bit of diversity in any of the media? What do they call it? They call it woke. I'm putting out a Star Wars video that has the theme that I'm talking about. Long story short, long story short, you put in diversity, people call it woke. You don't put in diversity, then people are upset that you didn't put in diversity, right? Oh my God, they made a woman of color the lead in a Star Wars show. It's woke. See, I mean, at the end of the day, nobody is ever going to be happy, no matter what you do, right? These soap operas cater to a certain audience. They cater to the sponsors, and the sponsors are very easily to sit there and be like, "Oh my God, they're going to sit there and boycott my product." Yes, Jonathan, it's called toxic fandom. Um, Again, it's going to be my Star Wars video maybe tomorrow. But like, there's no winning. By the way, I'm going to sit there and say this off rip. Star Wars has the worst toxic effed up fandom I've ever. I'm embarrassed to be a Star Wars fan, but my point is, the advertisers would be like, "Oh my goodness, if I advertise on here and they show a lot of Terry this week, then people are going to boycott my product." Darby says, "Don't let him do us a space ball." like I have that type of pull. Darby says, "I mean, Alex money before he got all Victor. I want him broke. I just need Justin not uh not taking his calls." Yes, I know. I agree with that, Darby. He definitely does need to be humble. Samuel says, "I'm not even talking about writing for different races. I'm talking about diversity of class and wealth, diversity of career, diversity of person." Yeah, Samuel. They seem like they got that. They seem like they got that going for them on stuff like Hollyoaks. But as far as the American shows, nope. Yes, Samuel. I mean, and yes, Jonathan, it's called toxic fandom. You know, it's really funny, Jonathan. Like I said, James was doing a live stream last year, and somebody was sitting there saying that the reason why they don't have certain people, certain LGBT people, is because they have to cater to their core audience, right? They have to cater to their core audience, so they're not going to sit there and have LGBT, gay people, and stuff like that. They're not going to do that. And James was like, "I disagree." What do you disagree on, though? You know how the world works. What is the solution to that? What's the solution to that? That's why I made my video. You should be a member or not be a member. When I sat there and said, "What's the solution for diversity?" Whoever says, "Either you get the clout, don't let them dodgeball either. Leave my favorite movies alone." Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing, Darby. Um, I'll tell you this much, Darby. It's only going to be a matter of time before they make a Back to the Future reboot. There's only going to be a matter of time before they make a um, Back to the Future reboot, and then people will be upset. And do you know why people will be upset, Darby? Because they made the Back to the Future movie a woman of color, a black man, maybe he's bisexual, and people will lose their minds. Darby says, "Come on, Santa Claus, this is my wish." So Darby, I'm your Santa Claus now. See, Darby, we keep going with the flirty comments. Samuel says sometimes you have to just put it in people's faces. You can't be scared to change things. That's the problem with these networks. Samuel, that sounds all good and great, and I'm not disagreeing with you. When you sit there and say just put it in people's faces, do you understand how backlash works, Samuel? Do you understand how boycotts work? Do you understand that if people boycott, they start targeting advertisers, then the money doesn't go towards the shows, and then they have to sit there and find ways to change courses. They have to find ways to change course. Samuel, I get the enthusiasm, and this is something that James always talks about, but the problem is a lot of times it's not practical. Darby says, "Get your money out of there." Hey, Darby, you don't want that. You you don't want to put that out there into the universe. I just want to clarify that, Darby. Justice says, I wish there was more commercials for video games. Yeah, that's true, Jonathan. It's not like back in the '90s. If you're a '90s kid, you remember. Well, of course, man. It's not going to be without that. Um, it's not going to be a lot without the original. Darby says you read too much into it. Okay, well, Darby, if you say so, I'm going to leave it alone. But my point is, where is you can't just here's the thing. Oh, that's very true, Jonathan. I see that. And well, to be fair, Jonathan, a lot of people that watch these commercials are older people, prescriptions and stuff like that. It's a little more common, but I get what you're saying, though. Timmy says, "I'm telling you now, these people are always screaming that they're not going to watch. Guess what? They always do." I get the enthusiasm, Samuel. I just don't think you understand how people's resolve work. And yes, on some level, Samuel, yes, I get some people sit this. I'm gonna boycott this show, and I'm gonna sit there and not go for this product if they show an interracial or a gay relationship, and then they watch. But here's the thing, Samuel, it's about dollars. And what these companies are worried about, they're worried more about the fact that um, they're more worried about the fact that they're going to lose dollars. They're more worried about the fact that they're going to lose potential dollars. So when I see comments, like I said, Sam, when I see comments like yours and I see comments like James being like, "Oh, just put it in their faces, just put it in their faces," that sounds good in theory. And maybe that's the activism in you and James. But there's activisms, and then there's I don't want to sit there and say there's being realism. There's realism, but there's practicality. You have a lot. We have a large corporation, a lot of jobs on the line. Sometimes you tend to go where it's like I don't agree with it. I'm just trying to get you to see somewhere where some of the companies are coming from. Speak No Evil horror movie. I could have swore I saw something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna sit there and end the stream here because I do actually have to wake up kind of early. But I do want to thank everyone for joining now. I know I got a little philosophical. That's what happens when I drink wine. So, Dollar Medics, oh my god, I feel so bad because I'm about to sit there and end the stream. I was getting all philosophical here. But come through tomorrow, though. Yes, you're gonna have a good time. Thank you, Sheree. Appreciate you. Appreciate you always, love. Well, Domex, I still got we're gonna cook tomorrow. We're gonna cook tomorrow. We're gonna have a good time. Domex. We're gonna have a good time. And I hope I get to see you this weekend. And thank you, Sheree Love. Thank you. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. It's really great to see you. Have a good night, Darby. Johnson says, join us for another edition of Soul Chat with Albert Bostic. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate you. Um, Shaquita, have a great weekend. Thank you for joining. Melly Mel, have a good night. Yeah, you let me know if there's a Back to the Future reboot. So this way, maybe I can do a video on it. And I can see how many pissed off people that will sit there and be in my comment section. Have a good night, Dolometics. Johnson says, join us for another edition of Soul Chat with Albert Bostic. Actually, you said, have a good night, everyone. Hit the like button and wait, hit that goddamn like button. Yes, Sheree, it's always a party. Always have a good time. Yes, I did. I did. There was a lot of explosions. A lot of people got hurt. And if you are emotionally invested into these shows, it seems like some good stuff. Especially the train part. I was like, yo, listen, that was last minute. That was last minute right there. So yes, I actually did get to sit here a chance to watch it when I was eating up some food. Yes, have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. I look forward to seeing you in the next weekend. They are explosions. Dolomatics, they got money for it, or they look like they budget their money well. Thank you, love. Thank you, love, Cherie. Appreciate you always. Um, I'll call you after the stream. But yes, if you're not a member, join. We're gonna have a good time this weekend. We're gonna begin some more conversations. And oh, Cherie, I appreciate you a lot more. What do you know? Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. Be a member. Hit the like button. Share the videos. And oh yeah, no, we're gonna talk about this later, Dolomitics. So I hope I get to see you throughout the weekend. All right, everyone. Laters.